I stayed up late to watch the Oscar nominations last night, and I'm just going to go through reacting to them. If you saw my predictions video, you'll know that I did pretty well, I think. I'll go through what my predictions were once I look at the nominees. In terms of the broadcast of the nominations, it's more or less the same every year. I like Rachel Sennett and Bowen Yang, so that's cool, but I don't know why they do the break in the middle. That's kind of a waste of time, but anyway, let's get into the big one, Best Picture. The nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Pérez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Now, I predicted 9 of those, and the one I didn't predict was the one that most people probably didn't predict, I'm Still Here. That's kind of crazy that that got into Best Picture when the only other nominations that it got were for Best Actress and International Film. I predicted Sing Sing in its place, but I did predict Nickel Boys, which I think, you know, a lot of people were tossing up between that and A Real Pain or September 5. But yeah, it's a pretty good Best Picture lineup. We knew that Challengers wasn't going to be there. Should it be there? Yeah, but it's not. We'll get more into the Challengers snubbing as we go on. I still haven't seen A Complete Unknown, I'm Still Here, and Nickel Boys. So I can't really have opinions on some of those nominees and whether others deserved it more than they did. What do I think is going to win Best Picture? Well, I think it's between Emilia Pérez, Conclave, and The Brutalist. I think it really should be The Brutalist. I mean, my favorite films there are Wicked and Dune Part 2, but they're not going to win. I think The Brutalist will probably win. Hopefully it will. Just hopefully Emilia Pérez doesn't win. And Emilia Pérez got the most nominations. It got 13. And the most nominated film in history is like 14, so it's a lot. Wicked and The Brutalist, I think, are next in line, sharing 10 nominations each. But Wicked doesn't really stand that much of a chance, I think, of winning Best Picture because it didn't get director or screenplay. Although that would be pretty awesome if Wicked won. I think it's deserving. I mean, it's the kind of thing the Academy would like, so I don't know, maybe wishful thinking. Best Director. I actually predicted 5 for 5 on this. Jacques Audiard for Emilia Pérez, Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Coralie Farge for The Substance, and James Mangold for A Complete Unknown. As far as this director lineup goes, it's pretty good. I did not like Emilia Pérez at all, so I don't think Jacques Audiard should be there. I think it's pretty obvious that Denis Villeneuve should be there. I don't know why the Academy doesn't seem to like Denis Villeneuve, but like, it's insane to me not to nominate him in Best Director. It's just insane. That's pretty much it, really. Like, I can't think of anyone else that I think really should be in there. I mean, I would have liked John M. Chu for Wicked, sure, but Denis Villeneuve, that's the one that's had the egregious snub here. Who do I think is going to win Best Director? I think it's probably going to be Brady Corbet, and I kind of hope it is. I think that he's the most deserving. Now for my favorite categories, the acting categories. Best Actress, I predicted 5 for 5. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Pérez, Mikey Madison for Anora, Demi Moore for The Substance, Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Like I said, I still haven't seen I'm Still Here, but I'm happy with all these nominees except, like, I don't know, I think we could have picked something better than Carla Sofia Gascon. I don't think Carla gives an incredible performance in that film. Cynthia, Mikey, Demi, I'd be happy with any of those 3 winning. They're all fantastic. My personal favorite is Cynthia. Who I think will win? I don't really know at the moment. I think I'll have to see I'm Still Here. Kind of a hard choice, really. It feels like Demi Moore is the front runner, but I don't know, that just seems too good to be true, being that The Substance is a horror film. So I don't know who's going to win at the moment. Best Actor, I predicted 4 out of the 5. We got Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. My prediction was Daniel Craig for Queer. I'm a little bit kind of split on that because Craig's never been nominated, and he should have a nomination at this point. Stan's never been nominated, so I can't really complain. I like both of the performances. It's just kind of a toss-up, really. Like, I can't really complain about Sebastian Stan. I just hope that the Oscars doesn't get too political about The Apprentice. None of us like listening to the political ramblings of actors on award shows, so hopefully we can just keep it all to a minimum. Who do I think's going to win? I think, Adrian Brody seems like the front runner, but I just have a feeling about Timothée Chalamet. Best Supporting Actor, we have Yura Borisov for Anora, Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Once they nominated Jeremy Strong, I knew that Sebastian Stan was going to be nominated as well. I predicted Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2 in this 5th slot, but I think with the LA fires extending the voting period, I think this definitely had an effect on the nominations, because we see a lot of things that have only popped up very late in the race, and I did upload my predictions a week ago, and in the week since I uploaded it, I very much had kind of changed to Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong kind of in my head, but I got to stick to the predictions that I put on YouTube, so that's that. Who do I think is going to win? Kieran Culkin. Who do I think should win? I don't know. I think I would like Guy Pearce. But I would also like Kieran Culkin. Best Supporting Actress. We have Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Pérez. I predicted 4 out of the 5. Instead of Monica Barbaro, I did predict Jamie Lee Curtis. But I did have a feeling about Monica Barbaro at the last minute. I just haven't seen A Complete Unknown, and she only got SAG, I think. Did she get the SAG nomination? Or was it BAFTA? I don't know. She hasn't really been popping up much in the precursors, but I think the extension of the voting definitely had an effect on all of this, because they seem to be loving A Complete Unknown. And once again, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to it much. I really did think that Jamie Lee Curtis had a shot here, though. I'm honestly surprised that Felicity Jones is here. I am so glad that she is here. Like, she really deserves to be here. Who do I think will win? Probably Zoe Saldana. But I think, honestly, Ariana Grande and Isabella Rossellini have chances here. My personal choice would be between Felicity Jones and Ariana Grande. I would love it if it was one of them. Best Animated Feature, we had Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. Now, my favorite film here is probably Memoir of a Snail. I do think Inside Out 2 is pretty good, though. I'm of the camp that The Wild Robot is overrated, which I know is going to seem crazy to people. I'm sure that's what's going to win. It's between that and Flow, but honestly I would love it if it was Memoir of a Snail, but I really don't think that's going to happen. Next we have Best International Feature. We have Emilia Pérez, Flow, The Girl with the Needle, I'm Still Here, and The Seed of the Sacred Fig. Now, in my video, I did predict All We Imagine Is Light, which I kind of fumbled on because I forgot that they didn't actually submit that film for some bizarre reason. So I kind of retracted that in the comments for Emilia Pérez. I also didn't predict Flow. I mean, that was kind of a big surprise. I had How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies in that slot. So I think it's clear here that it's going to be Emilia Pérez. Maybe it could be I'm Still Here, but I think it's going to be Emilia Pérez. What do I think should win? I don't know, because Emilia Pérez is the only one I've seen. I imagine that all the other films are probably better than it, because I did not like Emilia Pérez at all. Next category was Best Original Screenplay. We have Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. I did predict Saturday Night over September 5, which, was sort of just random. I don't know, there wasn't really much of a chance for that. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on that category, really. I did put in September 5 as a kind of reserve, but that's sort of cheating, really. So I'll say that Saturday Night was my prediction. I think that A Real Pain and Anora are the front runners for this, and I think it should go to A Real Pain. I don't really know what it's going to go to, though. I mean, like, A Real Pain's not nominated for Best Picture. I don't know. Best Adapted Screenplay, we have A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Pérez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. Okay, now I have things to say about this category. Once again, I don't like Emilia Pérez. I predicted Dune Part 2 in the place of A Complete Unknown. I think it's crazy that Dune Part 2 is not here. I think it's crazy that Wicked is not here. I love that Sing Sing is here. It actually got something. Yeah, Emilia Pérez shouldn't be here. I haven't seen A Complete Unknown yet, so I can't speak to that. I also haven't seen Nickel Boys yet. Conclave definitely deserves to be here, though, and that's probably the one that's going to take it. That would be deserved. Okay, next is Best Cinematography. Now, has anyone thought that maybe this should be Best Cinematography and Lighting? Is that what the category should be? I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. We have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Pérez, Maria, and Nosferatu. Now, I am so glad that Nosferatu got 4 nominations. It released so late in the game that I didn't predict it for anything. I didn't think it was going to show up anywhere. I'm glad. This is definitely the one film where I think that the extended voting period had an effect. It definitely deserves to be there. It deserves to be in more categories, Best Picture even, but we're lucky it's anywhere, really. I predicted All We Imagine Is Light, Anora, and Wicked, instead of Emilia Pérez, Maria, and Nosferatu. I am surprised about this category. Like, Emilia Pérez, I don't think that should be here. Maria should definitely be here. I don't know how I overlooked that. It's one of the most beautiful films of the year. This is pretty good. Like, I think I would just switch out Emilia Pérez for Anora, maybe. I wanted All We Imagine Is Light to get at least one thing. I mean, was it crazy for me to predict? Maybe, but I just wanted to get at least one thing. Okay, so what should win, in my opinion? Damn, it's hard. It's a really stacked category. Obviously not Emilia Pérez, but between the other 4, damn, I don't know. What do I think will win? Probably The Brutalist will probably win this. But maybe Nosferatu I would like to win. That would be good. Best Editing, we have Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Pérez, and Wicked. Now, I predicted Nickel Boys and The Substance instead of Emilia Pérez and Wicked, but Wicked is a great choice. Emilia Pérez, once again, I feel like I'm really dogging on that film, but I don't think that should be here either. What do I think will win? This is a hard one. It's between Anora, The Brutalist, and Conclave. I would like it if it was The Brutalist. I just think they do a really great job at creating this really investing, tight experience out of something so, immense. Best Production Design, we have The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. I predicted Gladiator 2 and The Substance instead of Conclave and Nosferatu, but man, the Academy doesn't like Gladiator 2, obviously. What do I think will win? I think this might go to Wicked, and I think it would be deserved. I think it should go to Wicked. Best Costume Design, we have A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. Now, I predicted The Substance instead of Nosferatu, purely because I thought that Nosferatu just came out too late, but it's definitely deserving here, and in my heart, that's what I would have wanted to predict. I just didn't trust it. A Complete Unknown, I didn't even think about that, and it makes so much sense because it's a period piece, and it's recreating iconic Bob Dylan outfits and things like that. Like, it's kind of a no-brainer that it's here, but it didn't even cross my mind. What do I think will win? I think, surely they got to give Gladiator 2 this. I mean, that was pretty good, but honestly, for me, I think maybe Wicked. Wicked is probably the one I want to win and maybe will win. Next category is Best Makeup and Hairstyling. We have A Different Man, Emilia Pérez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. Now, I predicted Gladiator 2 and Dune Part 2 instead of Emilia Pérez and Nosferatu. Very stacked category, all are deserving except for Emilia Pérez. I don't know, I guess there was the makeup at the start, Carla Sofia Gascon's makeup. But to me, that's all it's really in for. I don't think that the rest of the makeup and hairstyling was anything special. I can't really complain about this category though. I think this should probably go to the substance, and it probably will. Next we have Best Score: The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Pérez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. Now this is like the one category I'm like, this is just insane, and for the same reason that I'm sure everyone else is talking about, challenges. Where is challenges? I predicted it instead of Emilia Pérez. I have no idea why Emilia Pérez is here. The Wild Robot also seems extremely random to me. Challenges, the fact that that is missing is just insane. Like, you know, what is this recency bias? Like, you can't have that badly short-term a memory to forget that Challenges was like the best score of the year, literally. The only competition that Challenges has is The Brutalist. Like, ugh. I think The Brutalist should win, and it probably will. Hopefully it does. I'm just like, I can't believe Challenges is not here. This is ridiculous. It's like the one category that you should have nominated it in, and it won the Golden Globe. Like, insane. Insane. Best Sound, we have A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Emilia Pérez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. Now, I predicted Alien Romulus and The Brutalist instead of Emilia Pérez and The Wild Robot, but I can't really complain about this category. What do I think should win? I don't really know for this one. Let's say Wicked. No, let's say Dune Part 2. We need to give Dune Part 2 something, gee. Best Original Song. Now, I didn't predict this in my video, but I did sort of have some predictions that I wrote down before the nominations. So we've got Mi Camino from Emilia Pérez, Like a Bird from Sing Sing, The Journey from the 6888, El Mal from Emilia Pérez, and Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late. Now, I predicted Kiss the Sky from The Wild Robot and Compress Repress from Challenges instead of The Journey and Never Too Late. Once again, another Challenges snub. Ridiculous. What do I think should win here? I think it should just be Elton John. I know Elton John's won multiple Oscars for original songs, but like, no thank you to the Emilia Pérez songs. No way. One of them I think will win. I think it will be one of the Emilia Pérez songs, but that's just insane to me. It should be, in my opinion, Elton John or the song from Sing Sing. Let's give something to Sing Sing. Best Visual Effects, we have Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. Now, this is a bit of an interesting category, this one. If they had Gladiator 2 in here instead of Dune Part 2, then it would be like mostly monkey movies. Really cool to see Better Man here. Great to see Alien Romulus nominated for something. Obviously Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, obviously Wicked, but I think that this should be Dune Part 2. And many will probably say it should be something like Planet of the Apes, but the reason why I think it should be Dune Part 2, aside from the fact that it deserves to win something, is the fact that I was most mesmerized by the effects in that film. In terms of the other films, it's kind of stuff that I've seen before in a lot of ways, but the worms in Dune Part 2, the like black and white sequence, there are so many like just breathtaking moments where Arrakis just feels so immense and so immersive that I really was impressed with that. So I think it should go to Dune Part 2. I don't know what it will go to though. Maybe it'll go to Better Man. That would be kind of cool. You know, that film deserves a bit more love. Okay, I'm not really going to go into the other categories because I don't have anything to say about them and they don't really interest me that much. Sorry. But yeah, that's my reaction. Overall, pretty good. Emilia Pérez, way too many nominations. That's insane. Challenges should have got some stuff, especially score, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with these nominations. As they're not bad. Not really much to complain about. Stuff to be excited about, sure. Stuff to be worried about, definitely. Let's seriously hope that Emilia Pérez does not win Best Picture. Like, that will age like milk. Anyway, let me know what you think of the nominations in the comments below. And as we approach the Oscars, I will do a prediction on who I think will win. I will do like a final prediction based on what we see from the rest of the precursors. Thanks for listening.